give me the solos that actually develop that you say are ones that people should learn.
All that. Learn the Thrill Is Gone.
Yep.
It's the definition of the simplest thing. A wonderful song, but it's that's it.
Yeah.
You know what song it is, you know, and I would learn, if you're really on more of a technical end, if you really want to get into it, is you know, Stevie's. And when they were doing that Scuttle Button challenge, Josh Smith started it. And everybody plays it with 2 fingers. So do I, because it's easier. But I think Stevie does it 1. So I can't even do it. You know? That was how he did it. But, you know, because it was very technical at the top. Then the way he got it. You know, he did the Stevie thing, but it came down to earth. He didn't just keep shredding it. It wasn't that. It would have been just too much. So the way he cut between technical and...
I'd like to take a second to talk to you about this channel. This is actually Rick Beato 2. I've had it since the beginning of my main channel, and many of you are not subscribed. As a matter of fact, 87% of the people that watch this channel regularly are not subscribed. So I would encourage you to hit the subscribe button on this channel and on my main channel. This will help me get better guests and help continue to grow both of these channels. Thank you.
The classic Albert King solo for me is live at the Fillmore when he's doing Blues Power. Mm-hmm. And he's got the V, he's got the Showman, and he goes for he's having so much fun, and he's getting the feedback out of the first pickup, you know. But he goes for the second time, you see him turn around and goes up to the amp, and he goes and turns the normal channel up, because he's plugged into the normal channel. Pro tip for anybody who doesn't need the reverb on a Fender reverb amp, plug into the normal channel. It's got more gain. So then he goes, you know, then he switches to the bridge pickup. Then he goes for the same bend. And he starts to squeal.
Yeah.
Unpotted PAFs, and it just if he just left it on the front pickup, it would have had the feedback like he had before, but. He was on fire, that solo. I mean, it's like I've watched that video 50 times, 100 times, and just go, if I had a time machine, I would go back to that concert and be like, I don't care what it sounded like up front. I just wanted to be there, you know? And I would say number 4, listen to Paul Kossoff. Anything, Fire and Water, you know? His use of fifths was amazing, you know. And between him and Andy Frazier, you know, and then he's another one with a Les Paul and just would use the amp. And you know, he had to. He had that great vibrato, you know. And he would shake the guitar, and like that solo on Fire and Water. Sorry, I don't know them all verbatim, but it's the spirit of it, you know. And he was so in tune. He was so in tune,
and he's kind of a guy that most young players don't know anymore.
Yeah, and it's a crime that Free is not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It's a crime that Bad Company's not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Like you know, I mean, talk about one of the most iconic riffs of all rock and roll riffs.
Right.
And you know, Kossoff. The first time I heard his name was a guy named Pete Way, bass. He's now died. Died a few years ago. Great guy, bass player for UFO. And he's like, man, your vibrato reminds me a lot of Paul Kossoff. I'm like, what's a Paul Kossoff? And he goes, the band Free. I'm like, huh? Right? So the first song I ever heard from Free was... And he had that. And I was like, oh my God. And you're like, well, what's he playing? Oh, damn, another guy with another Sunburst Les Pauls. And, you know, I mean, that's just like plugging into the Super Lead. And there's that great video of them in Germany, and they have all orange backline, and they're doing Fire and Water, and I think they're doing, I forget what other songs they're doing. Just a lot off of Tons of Sobs. And that's my favorite Kossoff tones, and Through the Orange.
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't think that was his backline, because you'll see Stevie Wonder playing the same show, and it's all orange backline, and everybody was using it.
That was the backline they were using for that.
And it was just like, okay, I'll plug into that, and it sounds like that. Fifth solo, I would have to say, yeah, you have to learn Voodoo Child, you know, start to finish, both versions, Stevie's and Jimi Hendrix's, and learn the slow version too with Steve Winwood on it. You know, it's just talk about a head, you know. Yeah, I mean, you know, just talk. I mean, I don't have a wah-wah pedal or a Strat, so you know, and you know, a lot of times when you play them, I'm in standard tuning. When you play songs like that, they don't sound right
unless they're tuned down.
Right. Yeah. And
why? Is it just because you're used to hearing them that, or is it the way the strings feel and the way that you play them? They just don't sound right.
Fish and chips historically has come with mushy peas. I don't know why, but if you don't get mushy peas with your fish and chips, it doesn't seem like fish and chips.